the heartwarming stories of Little House on the Prairie made it one of the most cherished series in television history. Over its nearly decade-long run, 35 talented actors brought the beloved characters of Walnut Grove to life, captivating audiences with tales of resilience, love, and family. But time and tragedy have taken their toll, and many of these beloved stars have since passed away. From sudden accidents to prolonged illnesses, their losses have left a lasting impact. This tribute honors their lives, celebrates their remarkable careers, and remembers the legacies they left behind. Michael Landon began portraying Charles Ingalls in 1974 at the age of 38, bringing to life the devoted and resilient family patriarch who embodied the pioneer spirit. Charles was a symbol of strength, love, and integrity, a man willing to sacrifice everything for his family. Landon's career thrived during and after the series, earning him widespread fame as a beloved television star. However, his personal life was filled with heartbreak. He married 3 times and fathered 9 children, but his second marriage to Lynn No ended in a highly publicized divorce after 19 years due to an affair with a much younger makeup artist. Landon's infidelity created lasting tension within his family. He also struggled with alcoholism and immense pressure from his work commitments. In 1991, Landon was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, an aggressive illness that progressed rapidly. Despite seeking alternative treatments and maintaining hope, he passed away on July 1, 1991, at the age of 54.
Mr. Olsen, I'd have that merchandise I'm hauling for him Saturday at the latest.
Oh. Well, maybe if I was to bundle up real good.
No, I wouldn't think of that, you.
Katherine McGregor took on the role of Harriet Olsen in 1974 at the age of 49, portraying the snobbish and meddlesome store owner who often added humor and conflict to the series. Harriet was a social climber who frequently antagonized the townsfolk, making her one of the show's most memorable characters. In contrast to her on-screen persona, McGregor's personal life was marked by solitude and personal struggles. She never married and faced challenges with alcoholism early in her career, which damaged her reputation and led to career setbacks. Seeking redemption, McGregor turned to Buddhism and lived a quiet, spiritual life away from the public eye. Her final years were marked by physical decline and a reclusive lifestyle. On November 13, 2018, she passed away peacefully at the age of 93, having left an unforgettable legacy in television history.
We don't need charity, Mrs. Olsen.
Well, what do you call it when you come in here and charge things? I mean, everything that you see.
Kevin Hagen portrayed Dr. Hiram Baker in 1974 at the age of 46. As the town's dedicated physician, Dr. Baker was a beloved figure, always ready to lend a hand to the people of Walnut Grove, offering medical expertise and a listening ear. Hagen's career spanned decades with notable roles in shows like Gunsmoke, but after Little House on the Prairie, his opportunities were limited, as he struggled with being typecast in similar roles. In his personal life, Hagen endured considerable heartache. His marriage ended in a painful divorce, and he remained childless, something he deeply regretted. His later years were marked by financial difficulties, compounded by the heavy toll of esophageal cancer. The disease slowly robbed him of his health, and he battled it fiercely until his passing on July 9, 2005, at the age of 77, leaving behind a legacy of kindness but also a life overshadowed by personal and health challenges.
He's so weak from the fever, I hate to bundle him up and take him.
All right. All right, Bolton, I'll be out this afternoon.
Thank you, Doctor.
Richard Bull began portraying Nels Olsen in 1974 at the age of 50, creating a beloved character known for his gentle demeanor and endless patience with his overbearing wife, Harriet. Nels was a kind and rational figure in Walnut Grove, often serving as a counterbalance to his wife's antics. Off-screen, Bull enjoyed a long and stable marriage to actress Barbara Collentine, whom he wed in 1948. However, the couple faced the sorrow of never having children, a quiet sadness that lingered throughout their lives. Despite his successful career, Bull dealt with financial hardships in the 1980s and health challenges in his later years, including chronic respiratory issues. He passed away from pneumonia on February 3, 2014, at the age of 89, remembered fondly as a gentle and dependable actor whose presence graced countless homes through his iconic role.
Let me see that. I'm sorry. I'm afraid my.
Dabbs Greer played the wise and compassionate Reverend Robert Alden beginning in 1974 at the age of 57. His portrayal of the spiritual leader who provided guidance to the people of Walnut Grove was one of the most beloved on the show, but Greer's career was not without its struggles. Despite his extensive body of work in film and television, he often found himself cast in similar roles, which hindered his growth as an actor. His personal life, while private, was marked by solitude. Greer never married and was known to have experienced profound loneliness throughout his life. As he grew older, health problems began to take their toll, and he was diagnosed with heart disease and renal failure, both of which led to his prolonged suffering. He passed away on April 28, 2007, at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of enduring warmth on screen but also a quiet, lonely existence off-screen, filled with unspoken struggles.
Good. Now, how about having something to eat?
Oh, yes. Or we're going to pay the devil.
Well, maybe just a bit.
Very good. You heard him, Bubba.
Merlin Olsen began his role as Jonathan Garvey in Little House on the Prairie in 1977 at the age of 37. Jonathan was a dependable farmer and devoted family man, admired for his strength, integrity, and loyalty to the Ingalls family. Olsen was a former NFL player before venturing into acting, making his transition to Hollywood challenging. Despite gaining popularity on the show, he struggled to secure significant roles afterward, leading to professional discontent. His marriage to Susan Wackley seemed stable but was tested by financial difficulties in his absence due to work commitments. The couple had 3 children, Nathan, Jill, and Kelly. In 2009, Olsen was diagnosed with mesothelioma, a rare and aggressive cancer caused by asbestos exposure. He faced a harrowing battle with the disease, enduring painful treatments. On March 11, 2010, he passed away at the age of 69, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and heartbreak.
From now on, when you have a problem, we want you to come and talk to us about it.
What do you think of me now?
Victor French played the rugged and devoted Isaiah Edwards in 1974 at the age of 40. Edwards was a fan-favorite character, a loyal friend to the Ingalls family, providing comic relief but also moments of heartfelt emotion. French's career was marked by his roles in both Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven, where he became known for his strong yet sensitive performances. Despite his professional success, French's personal life was fraught with difficulties. His marriage to actress Julie Cobb ended in divorce, and he struggled with guilt over his inability to balance his career and family life, often lamenting the time lost with his children. A heavy smoker, French's health deteriorated rapidly in his 50s, and he was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer. He faced the disease with remarkable strength but ultimately succumbed to it on June 15, 1989, at the age of 54. His passing left a profound sense of loss, both professionally and personally, as his life was marked by both success and tragedy.
I'm going home.
Now, come on, Charles. You don't mean that. This your home. You got friends here. We'll help you.
Not this time. I made up my mind.
Karl Swenson debuted as Lars Hansen, the wise and compassionate founder of Walnut Grove, in Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at the age of 66. Lars was a guiding figure for the town, admired for his generosity and leadership. Swenson's acting career spanned radio, television, and film, but by the early 1970s, work had become scarce, leading to financial stress. Despite his professional challenges, he was a devoted husband to actress Joan Tompkins, though their marriage faced turbulence due to his work obsession. They had 3 children, but family life was often tense. Swenson also battled chronic heart disease, which grew more severe over the years. Tragically, on October 8, 1978, at the age of 70, he suffered a fatal heart attack shortly after completing his final scenes for the show. His death left a profound void in both the series and his family.
It don't look real.
What you call engine corn's all I ever seen. It's only about half that size.
In 20 years of milling, that is the best corn I ever...
Hersha Parady joined Little House on the Prairie in 1976 at the age of 31, playing Alice Garvey, a courageous and nurturing mother known for her unwavering love for her family. Alice's bravery and resilience made her a beloved character among fans. Parady faced significant career struggles after the series, as acting opportunities dwindled, causing her financial hardships. Her marriage to actor John Peverall was marked by frequent arguments and eventual divorce, which left her emotionally devastated. They had one son, Jonathan, whose custody battles further strained her life. In 2021, Parady's life took a tragic turn when she was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. Despite undergoing multiple surgeries and enduring painful treatments, her health rapidly deteriorated. On August 23, 2023, she passed away at the age of 78, leaving behind a legacy of courage and strength in the face of adversity.
Tree, but usually not in such detail. Who knows who the ruler of Great Britain is today? Yes, Laura?
Queen Victoria.
That's right.
Shannen Doherty, who portrayed the lively and adventurous Jenny Wilder, began her role in Little House on the Prairie in 1982 at the tender age of 11. Jenny was a spirited young girl, full of curiosity and determination, who brought energy to the show as she navigated the challenges of growing up in a pioneer town. Doherty's career took off after her role as Jenny, leading to her iconic performance in Beverly Hills 90210, but her personal life was riddled with struggles. She married once, to Ashley Hamilton in 1993, but the marriage ended in divorce just 6 months later. Doherty's health battles were her most significant personal tragedy. In 2015, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, a cruel twist that would mark the beginning of a long and painful journey. She fought bravely through treatments, but in the end, her battle was lost. On July 13, 2024, at the age of 53, Doherty passed away after a prolonged battle with cancer, leaving a legacy of resilience in the face of insurmountable pain.
What's in that tin? 10 cents. I don't know. Sounds pretty scary if you ask me. There goes Mother. She'll pay for me.
James Jeter, who played the reliable blacksmith Hans Dorfler, began his role in Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at the age of 53. Hans was a devoted craftsman, always ready to lend a hand to his neighbors in Walnut Grove. His character was a symbol of steady diligence, and Jeter portrayed him with a grounded and humble demeanor. In real life, Jeter faced personal challenges as his career struggled to break into bigger projects beyond his role on the show. He had been married several times, but his marriages ended in bitter separations, one of which was due to infidelity and heavy financial strains. Later in life, he found solace in his work and relationships with friends, but the emotional scars from his earlier years never fully healed. In his final years, Jeter was plagued with ill health and increasing financial hardship. He passed away on March 4, 2007, at the age of 85, from complications of old age and illness.
How about if I work off the price for them? I know I could.
Now, hold on. Just take it easy now. You want to work for me here at the stable?
Yes, sir.
Sam Edwards, who played the reliable and compassionate Mr. Bill Anderson, began his role in Little House on the Prairie in 1978 at the age of 63. Known for his integrity and sense of fairness, Mr. Anderson was a key figure in the community of Walnut Grove, always working to ensure the well-being of those around him. Despite a lengthy career in film and television, Edwards struggled with a dwindling number of roles as he grew older. His professional life was overshadowed by personal turmoil as his long marriage to Mary ended in a painful divorce. They had one child, a son named Matthew, but the family drifted apart over time, leaving Edwards to face his later years in loneliness. Health problems compounded his struggles, and on July 28, 2004, at the age of 89, Edwards passed away from a heart attack. His death marked the end of a life full of quiet resilience but also filled with personal disappointments and isolation.
Huh?
Yeah, I expect it'll improve business.
Mine too. Folks won't be so shy about calling me out at 2 in the morning when it's made so easy.
Oh, you get...
Eddie Quillan, who portrayed the vibrant and entertaining Buffalo Bill, began his role in Little House on the Prairie in 1977 at the age of 70. Buffalo Bill was a charismatic and larger-than-life figure, bringing humor and excitement to the show with his tall tales and theatrical flair. Quillan, a seasoned actor, had a long career in film and television, but his later years were overshadowed by personal misfortune. Despite his on-screen success, Quillan faced financial instability, especially as his career slowed down in his later years. He was married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce. His personal life was marked by a lack of stability, as he struggled with bouts of depression and loneliness. In 1989, Quillan was diagnosed with lung cancer, which would eventually take his life. He passed away on July 19, 1990, at the age of 83, his health having deteriorated rapidly due to the illness.
Hey, you're not the Buffalo Bill.
What kind of a dumb question is that? I just met you. I didn't say, are you the Isaiah Edwards?
Ivan Bonar, known for his role as the no-nonsense Mr. Case, began his part on Little House on the Prairie in 1977 at the age of 53. Mr. Case was a character who held authority, always striving to maintain order in Walnut Grove, yet Bonar himself found it hard to maintain control in his personal life. His career spanned many years, but despite numerous roles, Bonar never quite achieved the recognition he deserved. His personal life was fraught with hardship, as he was married 3 times, each union ending in divorce. His first marriage to actress Margaret Andrews lasted a decade, but it ended in a painful split, and his second marriage was even shorter. With 2 children from previous relationships, Bonar struggled to build a connection with them. In his later years, he faced declining health and a sense of regret over lost time. Bonar passed away on December 8, 1988, at the age of 64, due to heart disease, leaving behind a life full of unrealized potential and strained relationships.
Your pulse is still weak. Hold on, Mary. Hold on. It's just a little...
E.J. Andre played Jed Cooper, the wise and caring character, in 1976 at the age of 68. Jed was a figure of comfort and guidance in Walnut Grove, offering support to the townspeople with a kind and thoughtful demeanor. Andre's career in Hollywood spanned many years, but his personal life was marked by tragic events that overshadowed his professional achievements. He married his childhood sweetheart, Doris, and they had a son, Michael. However, Michael's untimely death in a car accident at the age of 16 shattered the family and caused a deep rift in their marriage, leading to a painful divorce. As Andre aged, he struggled with the weight of his grief, and in his final years, he was diagnosed with cancer. Despite the illness, he continued working, but the toll it took on him was evident. E.J. Andre passed away on September 6, 1984, at the age of 76, succumbing to cancer. His death left behind not only a legacy of kindness on screen but also a life haunted by deep personal loss and emotional scars.
Meet you.
Well, I'm your pa's uncle, so, you can call me Uncle Jed.
Okay, Uncle Jed.
Ted Gehring first appeared on Little House on the Prairie in 1975 at the age of 46, portraying Ebenezer Sprague, the town's miserly yet ultimately fair banker. Sprague's stern exterior masked a character who, while strict in his dealings, held a sense of integrity and responsibility to the community. Gehring's career, like many character actors, didn't see much mainstream success, and his roles were often confined to minor parts in TV shows and films. Off-screen, his life was marked by instability. Gehring had 2 marriages, both of which ended in divorce, leaving him with a sense of emotional void. His relationship with his children was distant, and he often struggled to maintain healthy family dynamics. He faced financial hardship, particularly later in life, and his health began to deteriorate in his 60s. Gehring was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and his life came to a sad conclusion on September 28, 2000, when he passed away at the age of 71.
The contract clearly states the building will be completed at 12 noon on the 22nd. It is now exactly 12:48.
Don Red Berry joined Little House on the Prairie in 1976 at the age of 66, playing the tough and rough Judd Larrabee. Judd was a character who added tension and conflict to the series, frequently opposing the main characters with his gruff, antagonistic nature. Barry's career had experienced considerable decline by the time he joined the show. Once a popular Western film star, his career faltered as Hollywood moved away from the genre he had once dominated. Personal struggles plagued him, as he faced numerous failed relationships, financial difficulties, and a deepening sense of loneliness. Barry had been married twice and had children, but neither marriage lasted. His inability to reconcile his past fame with his present life led to mounting depression. On July 17, 1980, at the age of 70, Barry tragically ended his life by suicide, a heartbreaking end to a life once filled with promise. His death sent shockwaves through his family and fans, leaving behind a legacy marked by his final, tragic decision.
And eating people.
Harriet, this is America, not Africa.
Yes. And it's
Queenie Smith took on the role of Mrs. Amanda May Whipple in Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at the age of 76. Mrs. Whipple was known for her warmth and nurturing nature, often offering a comforting presence to those around her. In contrast to her character, Smith's personal life was marked by hardship. Her acting career had spanned several decades, but by the time she joined the series, her health was already in decline. Smith had been married twice and had children, but the relationships were fraught with difficulties, leading to both divorces. Her later years were filled with loneliness, and she struggled with several health issues, including cancer, which would eventually take her life. Smith's battle with the disease was long and painful, and it was this fight that overshadowed her final years. She passed away on August 5, 1978, at the age of 79.
School is just getting out. Now why don't you go and walk home with Laura for a change?
I can get the dress started.
Mary, you mustn't argue.
Sunshine Parker, who played the minor but notable role of the driver in Little House on the Prairie, started his role in 1974 at the age of 47. The driver was a recurring character seen transporting goods and people throughout Walnut Grove, providing an important, though understated, contribution to the show's narrative. Despite his consistent presence on the show, Parker's career never expanded beyond his role as the driver, and he struggled to find other significant roles in the entertainment industry. In his personal life, Parker faced numerous hardships, including the dissolution of his marriage, financial instability, and a lack of recognition for his work. His later years were marked by loneliness and mounting personal struggles, as he found himself distanced from friends and family. On February 17, 1999, at the age of 71, Parker passed away due to pneumonia, a tragic end to a life that had been fraught with challenges and a career that never reached its full potential.
Says it's going to Walnut Grove.
That's right.
Mister, you're in Walnut Grove.
Moses Gunn, known for his portrayal of Joe Kagan, the former boxer turned respected community member in Little House on the Prairie, began his role in 1977 at the age of 48. Joe Kagan was a symbol of strength and perseverance, a character whose personal redemption mirrored the struggles of many. Despite his talent, Gunn's career was plagued by typecasting and the racial limitations of Hollywood in the 1970s, making it difficult for him to secure leading roles. His personal life also reflected struggles, as he went through multiple failed marriages, one of which left him estranged from his children. In his later years, he faced severe health issues, including asthma, which contributed to his untimely death. On December 16, 1993, at the age of 64, Moses Gunn died from complications related to asthma, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential and personal losses that left him largely overlooked by the public.
What's wrong with the horses, Joe?
Don't know where to begin, Mary. They wouldn't make glue. If they did, it wouldn't stick.
You wouldn't get to the outskirts of town with that team.
Walker Edmiston, who played Dr. Moore on Little House on the Prairie in 1977 at the age of 51, was known for his portrayal of a wise and compassionate physician in Walnut Grove. Off-screen, however, Edmiston's life was filled with quiet suffering. Despite his talent, his acting career never reached the prominence he hoped for. he faced personal struggles, including the breakdown of 2 marriages. His first marriage ended after just 7 years, leaving him with lingering emotional scars. His second marriage, though longer, was also strained due to the pressures of his career and the toll of personal insecurities. Edmiston's health began to decline in his later years, and after a long battle with cancer, he passed away on February 15, 2007, at the age of 81. His death marked the end of a life lived with quiet resilience, yet overshadowed by personal disappointments and unrealized dreams.
Physically, he has a chance, but he won't take it. Spleen is seeping. It's only a matter of time till it goes.
Dub Taylor's role as Houston Lamb on Little House on the Prairie was introduced in 1980 when he was 73. Houston Lamb was a warm, colorful character known for his light-hearted, humorous demeanor, often bringing joy to the community of Walnut Grove. While Taylor's career spanned decades, his fame was largely confined to the character roles that made him a reliable fixture in television and film. Taylor's personal life, on the other hand, was marked by numerous struggles. He had been married multiple times, but each marriage ended in painful separations, leaving him with a sense of emotional isolation. His family relationships were fraught with tension, and he often found solace in his work rather than in the warmth of a home. In his later years, Taylor's health began to decline, and he struggled with heart issues that would eventually lead to his death. He passed away from congestive heart failure on October 3, 1994, at the age of 87.
Let go of me.
This here's private property.
Well, if you didn't want anyone coming in here, you should have took down the for rent sign and locked the door.
What would a kid like you'd be doing renting a place like this?
Wayne Heffley, who took on the role of Mr. Kennedy in Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at the age of 47, brought a stern yet fair character to the series. In his personal life, however, Heffley was often consumed by inner turmoil. His 2 marriages were troubled, with both ending in divorce due to his inability to maintain the balance between career and family life. Professionally, while he had some success, Heffley never achieved the level of fame he had hoped for, and his acting career seemed to stall after Little House on the Prairie. As he grew older, Heffley struggled with health issues, including the onset of kidney failure, which ultimately led to his death on November 19, 2008, at the age of 81. His passing was a somber reminder of a life full of unfulfilled aspirations and personal regrets, with his final years marked by quiet isolation.
We ought to accept it. Now, what could you give, Kennedy? 50 cents? $1?
As much as I could was more than you'd give. You sit there snoring all the way through the service, you never hear the word.
Donald Elson, who portrayed Fred, the steadfast farmer in Little House on the Prairie, began his role in 1978 at the age of 55. Fred was a reliable, hard-working character, and his presence in Walnut Grove was symbolic of the town's agrarian values. However, Elson's career didn't extend far beyond this role, and much of his life outside of acting was filled with personal struggles. His marriage was strained, and he often found himself emotionally distant from his children. As Elson entered his later years, he faced numerous health battles, including a long struggle with depression. Despite these challenges, he lived a long life, but his emotional and physical toll was significant. On May 7, 2022, at the age of 99, Donald Elson passed away, leaving behind a quiet legacy marked by his work on Little House on the Prairie and a life full of trials and unspoken grief. John Zaremba joined Little House on the Prairie in 1979 at the age of 71, portraying Judge Adams, a figure of integrity and fairness in the Walnut Grove community. As a respected judge, Adams was known for his wisdom and his ability to make fair decisions, even when faced with tough situations. Yet, Zaremba's career, while steady, lacked the true recognition that many of his peers enjoyed. He had been a character actor in Hollywood for decades, but his roles were often confined to minor parts, rarely rising above the background. Zaremba's personal life was filled with its own set of challenges. He had been married, but his relationship ultimately dissolved in divorce. His later years were filled with loneliness, and his health began to falter as he aged. Struggling with the isolation of old age and the pressure of financial insecurity, Zaremba's life came to a sad end when he died of a myocardial infarction on December 15, 1986, at the age of 78. Jim Boles, who played the minor but memorable Brewster in Little House on the Prairie, began his role in 1975 at the age of 61. Brewster was a relatively quiet, yet pivotal character in Walnut Grove, often providing counsel or a friendly presence to the central characters, representing the common folk of the town. However, Jim Boles' own life was far from simple. His career had already entered a decline by the time he joined the show, with few notable roles after the height of his fame in the 1940s and 50s. Though Boles had been married, the details of his family life were clouded with rumors of a tumultuous marriage, ultimately resulting in a divorce. The emotional toll of his career downturn and personal struggles took a toll on his health. At the age of 63, Boles tragically passed away from a heart attack on May 26, 1977. His sudden death left many fans mourning the loss of a beloved actor whose later years were filled with hardship, far from the success he once experienced. Bill Quinn appeared on Little House on the Prairie in 1975 at the age of 63, playing the minor but memorable role of the conductor. Though his role was not a central one, the conductor played a key part in the transportation of people and goods into and out of Walnut Grove, providing a small but necessary service to the storyline. Quinn had a long career in both film and television, yet like many of his contemporaries, his roles had dwindled in his later years, leaving him in relative obscurity by the time he joined the cast. His personal life, however, held deeper tragedy. Married once, he had a family but faced the struggles of managing his career while raising children, with the burden of his declining health in his later years. Quinn faced numerous health problems in his 70s, and these battles only deepened his sense of isolation. He passed away on April 29, 1994, at the age of 81, from natural causes. Who is your favorite character in Little House on the Prairie? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.